Hey guys, Zane here with another quick one take review, and today I wanted to talk about John Coltrane's A Love Supreme. A Love Supreme is an interesting album that I have a bit of a conflicted relationship with, if I'm being totally honest. The first time that I listened to it, I wasn't very impressed by it personally, and I think in retrospect that's because I had so many different viewpoints from both critics and casual jazz fans being thrown at me about what A Love Supreme meant in the context of jazz music, in the context of John Coltrane's massive discography, in the context of John Coltrane's spirituality, which began to shine through in his music more and more with each passing album at this point in his career. But finally, I've just gotten around over the past year or so to listening to A Love Supreme while ignoring any preconceived notions regarding it. I feel like that's the true way that you have to listen to not only most music in general, but specifically albums like A Love Supreme, to walk into it with nothing but your own intentions, your own ideas, your own concept of what you want to get out of this album. A Love Supreme's a jazz album, sure, but it's significantly more than that as well. It's almost an experience. While I suppose I do hold the slightly controversial opinion that it's far from a masterpiece, A Love Supreme is a major spiritual experience as well, and something that doesn't necessarily transcend music, but certainly transcends jazz. Coltrane and the other performers on A Love Supreme don't really feel like individuals here. They all kind of come together to form one being that manages to create this very moving and, again, spiritual, very personal album. And I would argue that A Love Supreme is a prime example of a jazz album where the man behind it, I should say the primary individual behind it, the individual with their name plastered on the front of the album, truly just puts every ounce of themselves into their music. The meeting of the avant-garde and the typical for mid-60s jazz music as well will at least make for a memorable experience even if you don't fully click with A Love Supreme upon first listen. While again, I don't think it's a masterpiece by any means, and I think there are significantly better jazz albums out there from the same time period by not only other artists, but by even Coltrane himself, I still do think A Love Supreme is an essential album to hear for any music fan, whether you're into jazz, or you're into death metal, or you're into EDM, whatever. A Love Supreme is an album that you genuinely need to hear. It's definitely one of the crowning achievements of jazz music in general in the context of music history, which is why I'm going to give A Love Supreme 4.5 stars out of 5. It's truly a moving listen, and even if there are a couple of passages here or there that don't necessarily excite me in the way that I would like to have been, I can't help but feel that this is a mostly flawless album, and the only reason that I'm not giving it a 5 is solely because I haven't been truly grabbed by the album totally, and I feel like I am eventually over time going to be grabbed by it more, but for the time being, I'm going to give this 4.5 stars out of 5. Maybe one day I'll revisit this and bump that up to a 5, but until then, that's the end of this quick review, and I'll see you guys in the next one.